Hey, over here. At some point vaguely early in the history of motility, a group of Frontenachtergum animalibus first began putting their frill on sessile radial zoomorphs to metabolize them. To travel greater distances, they may begin actively swimming by paddling with their feeding surface, similar to Milvus animalibus. As time goes on, to move faster, they may develop segmentation to get more feeding surfaces to paddle with, though only the first one works as a feeding surface. And to move nutrients around the body, they developed a hemocoel. And for more efficient movement, they may adapt their non-front feeding surfaces into pedals for more hydrodynamicity. And to see what they're doing, seeing as they swim, not touching the ground, they may develop their eyes. These started out fairly simple, but being large predators, they're subject to selection for more advanced sight, and so they may develop many eyes and cluster them together, forming compound eyes, similar to those of arthropods. However, since they're radially symmetrical, they can't just have their brain to the side of their guts, and they don't need four esophagi, and that would force them to break down their food more than is practical for them right now, so the solution they'll resort to will be turning their brain into a ring. If you were paying close attention more than a month ago, you'll have noticed that this feature is also found in Teram errant vermes. They also excrete various substances such as poo and gametes through a hole at the back of the digestive tract, so with all that, I'll call these forms octodentes, or eight fangs. Another group of animals will need to evolve to eat the ville plantae, so this phylum will need to be able to swim, so this niche may be filled by forms related to the octodentes, possibly serving as their principal source of prey, i.e. the stuff they initially evolved to eat, and thus mean that they came first. They actually emerged right after they evolved segmentation. They convergently evolved a hemocoel, but this one is different, being that the octodente spawns oxygen to iron to move oxygen around the body, thus giving their blood and flesh a red coloration, whereas these forms use copper-based blood, giving them a bluish-green blood and flesh. They then developed a digestive tract and turned their existing feeding surface into a flap with teeth set up like scissors to cut up leaves. To see what they're doing, they also developed simple eyes. Then, once octodentes evolved, they turned their other feeding surfaces into petals similar to octodentes for the same reason. And to see predators approaching, they put their eyes on limbs of their own, which also enables them to move said eyes around. And they also have a fake leaf as a tail for camouflage. I'll call this clade dentes incisuras, or cutting teeth. Due to their copper-based blood, their flesh appears bluish-green, which they use to camouflage, but this will favor the ville plantae, adapting their color to make the dentes incisuras contrast with them, leading dentes incisuras to develop pigment for camo. I'll call the group containing both dentes incisuras and octodentes nature animalibus, or swim animals. Surprise! This video came out in just 1 week as opposed to 2 weeks. Hopefully I can keep this somewhat up. But yeah, the next episode is going to be about bacteria and cells and all that, and I'm still studying that, so that might actually be delayed a little bit. But anyway, I'm planning to speed up production, but yeah, I'll admit I did all of the new assets as well as a lot of the voiceover and all of the editing within the last 3 hours as of uploading this, so yeah. But yeah, as a whole, I'm very glad to have this episode out. Like, when I first started the series through the first few episodes of part 2, I was like, this is, as far as anyone from on the outside is concerned, this is just some generic speculative biology thing. Then after I revealed Fronten Achtergum Animalibus, it began to feel like, okay, you have some idea of this planet's unique identity. Now anyone who's seen the whole series has a vaguely filled out view of what this planet's like, although far from having the understanding that I have. I have like almost 5 parts written, including the ones that I've already shown as well. Like, you'll still don't get the whole thing. Like, there's plenty of prevalent clades that you just don't have yet, but some stuff, yeah, You got the big stuff mostly. And I'll now stop rambling and just upload the video.